Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is End of the Trail. The good folks at Elk Creek Games gave me a copy, and they told me this is the one available at retail, but this is a really high production value copy. That might be awesome, but boy, it's through the roof. Really solid box. There's foil on the actual tiles. The tiles are super thick, 3mm. The card quality is fantastic. Comes with a poker chip and these great meeples. This is a really high production value game and via Kickstarter. And my recollection is the Kickstarter did well, but didn't like kill it. So this is a pretty light game with amazing quality components. So bravo there. Hope the numbers are working well for this. But End of the Trail, I guess many people and companies and designers have tried to like take poker and build it into a bigger game. And some succeed, some fail. Actually think Western Legends by Colossal did a nice job of it, but that was in a much more expansive game. This is a more collapsed sort of fast-paced game, but I think it works. I think they did a really nice job. You're going to have a hand of cards. These cards have a money value. They're poker cards, right? So they have, hearts, spades, diamonds, clubs, you name it, king, ace, all the usual. It has an ability on the bottom, and some of it's just sort of like use the oxen, and then it has a money value. And all of that comes into play, and all of that comes into how you think about the game. And what I do like about the game is there's a lot of sort of push your luck gambly features that were added in an interesting way. Play is super simple, though, quibble, that rulebook is pretty hard to follow. Bad font choice, bad layout. Sorry, but it works. The language is fine, but it could have been way easier to read. Sometimes you just need to not have all of your theme in the rules. Tough to read, but it's an easy enough game. You're going to start with 6 cards, 2, 4, 5. And the artwork is great in this game. I love the look of this game. 6 cards, I'm going to take one of these cards and I'm going to start basically my poker hand pool. Over the course of the game, I'm going to put more and more cards there, more than 5. I could have 8 at the end of the game. At the end of the game, I'm going to pick my best poker hand and we're all going to compete and get bonus points, and the winner even gets to place an extra building down, which is huge. So you want to think about that. That works like poker. Full house, 4 of a kind, royal flush, whatever. But again, you're doing it for more cards. But building that will be important. The next phase is this auction phase, and you have more rounds with more players, but basically a number of auction piles are going to be laid out, and these represent cards that you might want, and you go to each pile, somebody starts the bidding process, and they say, I'd pay $1. Somebody says, I'll pay $2, I'll pay $3. And what you're effectively doing is converting cards in hand, their value, to those auction ones. So you pay, you grab the new ones, and you move along. It's an interesting dynamic, but it adds to that gambly feel. Okay, we now have our hands. Some hands were bigger, some have the hands they already had if they didn't do any auctions. We then are going to pick cards to play face down in front of us. These are going to be the cards we're going to play each round, and these are going to be cards that we may then eventually get into our poker pile or poker hand. We flip, we add up the total value shown, and you're only going to get to keep 1 or 2 of these for your poker hand, so you might want to hold some back. But you see the value shown, whoever is the most money goes first. You're going to establish turn order. And then you're going to use the cards for prospecting. And what that means is you're going to go to a tile, you're going to go to the canyons over here, and you're going to look at it and see that, oh, this has got 4 on the bottom. That's hidden information for you. Then you can decide to put your tent down on it, or use another card to look at another location. You don't even get 1 tent per turn. If I look at another location, if it's, what did I pick there? If it's worse, I have to take it. If it's better, I can then continue to prospect, I think, or one of the others. One of the interesting things about this game is that's all hidden to the one player. So, it's sort of got that everyone's got to be playing, honestly. But basically, you're pushing your luck, seeing if you can get the highest value location. And the canyons and mountains and foothold have different distributions. Where you can go is based on, if you have an oxen card, you can go in the oxen layers. The mule lets you, does the mule and down. The horse lets you go anywhere. So that might be, you might have an ace, but you really want to use it or that kind of thing. Well, it just depends, because if you use it, then you have the chance of moving it. So maybe it's a 2 of spades that you don't need, but you really want to use the horse is a better way of saying it. So we're all getting buildings out here. And then some cards let you move other people's tents. The big tents can't be moved. So a little play, positional, tactical play in there. We're going to go 3 rounds. We'll then have our cards, and we're going to compare poker hands, and we will score the tiles the tiles we're on top of, plus points from ranking on the poker hands. It's the better the hand, the more gold it's worth, but the winner gets to place one last building, which is like a huge swing. So it's pretty powerful. The game works. It's fun. I do like how it layers on other play with poker. For whatever reason, I didn't love it. I think it's got a lot of interesting concepts that work together just fine. But when you're playing, it's sort of like there's so many systems everything's all layered on the same resource. And so it ends up being way too much to worry about, and you're sort of playing your strategy, but something about it makes it feel a little like, and then you're flipping over tiles and the auctions, like there's a lot of chance. You feel like you have a lot of chance in card draw, random tile flipping, and auctions, and you mitigate it. But something about it detracted for me. I don't know what the perfect solution would have been, but certainly very intentional game, very well executed. Component quality is through the roof. The only misstep in that regard is that rule book, but worth checking out and maybe playing and seeing if you like it. So this is End of the Trail. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.